Halloween 1974, Pasadena, Texas. 8-year-old Timothy O'Brien comes home from trick-or-treating. He's excited. His bag is full of candy. His father gives him a Pixie Stix, a long tube of flavored sugar. Timothy eats it. Within minutes, he's vomiting, convulsing, dying. His father calls an ambulance. But it's too late. Timothy dies before midnight. The candy was poisoned, and the person who gave it to him was his own father. This is the Halloween candy murder. The real Candyman case. And it's the reason parents still check their kids' Halloween candy today. Ronald Clark O'Brien lives in Pasadena, a suburb of Houston, Texas. He's 30 years old, married, 2 kids. Timothy is 8, Elizabeth is 5. On the surface, Ronald seems normal. He works as an optician, goes to church, volunteers in the community. But Ronald has a secret. He's drowning in debt. Credit cards maxed out, car payments behind, mortgage overdue. He's been fired from multiple jobs for theft and fraud. His wife doesn't know how bad it is. Nobody does. Ronald needs money, fast. So he comes up with a plan. He's going to kill his son and collect the life insurance. Halloween night, 1974. Ronald takes his 2 kids trick-or-treating. They go with a neighbor family. The Bates family, Jim Bates and his 2 kids, 5 kids total, 2 adults. They walk through the neighborhood, knocking on doors, collecting candy. Everything seems normal. At one house, nobody answers. The kids move on to the next house, but Ronald stays behind. He waits at the dark house, the one that didn't answer. Then he catches up with the group. He's holding something. 5 Pixie Stix, giant Pixie Stix, 21 inches long, full of colorful sugar. He says the man at the dark house gave them to him, 1 for each kid, Timothy, Elizabeth, and the 3 Bates children. The kids are excited. Giant Pixie Stix are rare, expensive, special. But it's late, time to go home. The kids save the Pixie Stix for later. Ronald and his family get home around 9:30 p.m. The kids dump out their candy. Sorting through their haul, Timothy wants to eat the Pixie Stix. It's his favorite. Ronald encourages him. He helps Timothy open it. The candy is packed so tight it won't pour out. Ronald gets a knife, loosens it. Timothy pours the sugar into his mouth. It tastes bitter. Wrong. He drinks some Kool-Aid to wash it down. Within minutes, Timothy is sick. Stomach pain, vomiting, convulsing. Ronald's wife calls an ambulance. They rush Timothy to the hospital. Doctors try everything, but Timothy's body is shutting down. His heart stops. They can't revive him. Timothy O'Brien dies at 10:45 p.m. Halloween night, less than 2 hours after eating the candy. His parents are devastated. Or at least, his mother is. Ronald is calm. Too calm. He keeps asking about the insurance policy. At the hospital, while his son's body is still warm, medical examiners perform an autopsy. They find cyanide, massive amounts, enough to kill 2 adults, mixed into the Pixie Stix sugar. Someone poisoned the candy. Intentionally. Police start investigating immediately. This is national news. A child poisoned by Halloween candy. Parents everywhere panic. Is someone putting poison in trick-or-treat candy? Should Halloween be cancelled? Police need to find who did this. Ronald tells them his story. About the dark house. The man who gave him the Pixie Stix. Police go to that house. Nobody lives there. It's been empty for weeks. No one gave Ronald candy there. He's lying. Police ask the Bates family. They remember the dark house. But they didn't see anyone answer the door. They didn't see anyone give Ronald candy. Ronald was alone at that house. For several minutes, police check the other Pixie Stix. The 4 that weren't eaten. All 5 were poisoned. Not just Timothy's. All of them. Enough cyanide to kill 10 people. Someone tried to poison 5 children. And that someone is looking more and more like Ronald O'Brien. Police dig into his background. What they find is damning. Ronald is broke, deep in debt, desperate. And recently, he took out life insurance policies on both his kids. Large policies. $40,000 on each child. He took them out in January, just 10 months ago. And here's the worst part. The day before Halloween, Ronald called his insurance agent, asking how soon he could collect if something happened to one of his kids. Less than 24 hours before Timothy died, Ronald was already planning to cash in. Police find more evidence. Ronald bought cyanide. He worked at a chemical supply company briefly. He had access. He knew how to get it. Receipts show purchases, timing matches, and the pixie sticks. Police track them down. They're a specific type, sold at only a few stores. Ronald visited one of those stores. Days before Halloween, he bought pixie sticks, giant ones, exactly like the poisoned ones. The case is clear. Ronald O'Brien poisoned the candy, gave it to his own son, tried to kill 4 other children to cover his tracks. All for $40,000 in insurance money. Ronald is arrested, November 5, 1974, 6 days after Timothy's death. He's charged with capital murder and 4 counts of attempted murder for the other children. The trial begins in May 1975. The prosecution lays out the evidence: the debt, the insurance policies, the phone call to the insurance agent, the purchase of cyanide, the purchase of pixie sticks, the lie about the dark house. The defense tries to create reasonable doubt. Maybe someone else did it. Maybe it was random. But the evidence is overwhelming. The jury deliberates for less than an hour. Guilty on all counts. The sentencing phase begins. Texas has the death penalty. The prosecution argues Ronald deserves it. He murdered his own child. For money. He tried to kill 4 other children. To hide his crime. He showed no remorse. The jury agrees. Ronald Clark O'Brien is sentenced to death. He appeals for years, claiming innocence, saying he was framed. Nobody believes him. The evidence is too strong. His own family testifies against him. His wife divorces him, takes back her maiden name, changes the kids' names, tries to disappear. She wants nothing to do with him. March 31, 1984. Nearly 10 years after Timothy's death, Ronald O'Brien is executed by lethal injection. At Huntsville, Texas, he maintains his innocence to the end, claims he's a victim. Nobody believes him. Outside the prison, a crowd gathers, not to protest, to celebrate. They pass out candy, pixie sticks. They chant, they cheer when his death is announced. Ronald O'Brien becomes known as the Candyman, the man who poisoned Halloween. His case changes trick-or-treating forever. Before 1974, kids ate candy as they collected it. Parents didn't check it. Hospitals didn't offer x-rays. Nobody worried. After Timothy O'Brien died, everything changed. Parents started inspecting every piece of candy, throwing out homemade treats, only accepting factory-sealed candy. Hospitals offered free x-rays on Halloween night. Some towns banned trick-or-treating entirely. The fear was overblown. Timothy's death wasn't random. It was his father. A calculated murder. But the panic was real, and it lasted for decades. Even today, parents check Halloween candy because of Ronald O'Brien, the man who killed his son. For $40,000, Timothy O'Brien would have turned 58 this year. He never made it to 9. His sister Elizabeth survived. She was supposed to eat one of the poisoned pixie sticks too, but she fell asleep before she could. That's the only reason she's alive. She lives under a different name now. Trying to move on from the nightmare, the 3 Bates children survived too. Their parents threw away the pixie sticks before they could eat them, suspicious of candy from strangers. That instinct saved their lives. Halloween is different now. Because of this case, trick-or-treating comes with rules. Check the candy. Throw out anything unwrapped. Only visit houses you know. Never eat candy before parents inspect it. These rules exist because a father murdered his son and tried to murder 4 other children for insurance money. The Halloween candy murder proved that the real monsters aren't fictional. They're not wearing costumes. They're parents, neighbors, people you trust. And sometimes, the deadliest thing isn't what strangers give your kids. It's what their own father feeds them. If you want more videos about cases that changed everything, subscribe. Because the truth is always more disturbing than any Halloween story. And I'll keep telling it.